Dahlin and Svechnikov start this season as the undisputed top two prospects.
Andrei Svechnikov, who's only a 2000 born, no question in my mind that he's one of the top considerations to go first overall in the 2018 NHL Draft.
Sends it back, Mathias-Emilio Zadina, short side scores. Make it 4 power play goals for Filip Zadina.
Fascinating battle going on here, starting with number 2, and that will be Andrei Svechnikov. And as we said, he had a chance to challenge Dahlin at the beginning of the year, but now he's fending off a challenge himself from this guy, Filip Zadina.
Hello everyone, I'm lehoux from NHL Draft Central. Today we'll compare Russian winger Andrei Svechnikov to Czech winger Filip Zadina. Last year, Svechnikov was still battling with Dahlin for the projected number 1 spot of the 2018 NHL Draft. With Dahlin's incredible performances in the CHL, just a few months later, Svechnikov was finally given the projected number 2 pick of the draft by almost everybody. But as the 2017-18 season progressed, another winger quickly rose the draft rankings. Filip Zadina rapidly made 8 turns at the beginning of the season, collecting 28 points in his first 18 games with his new team, the Halifax Mooses, in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League. That's a 1.56 points per game. Then, the World Junior Championship came. With the Czech Republic, Zadina scored 7 goals in 7 games and collected an assist too. He destroyed Svechnikov 5 assists in 5 games. Zadina was also named on the World Junior Championship All-Star team with Rasmus Dahlin. He then managed to score 2 goals at the CHL Top Prospect game, while Svechnikov wasn't even able to put up 1 single point. It's easy to see why more and more people are putting Zadina ahead of Svechnikov in their rankings. Zadina impressed in both major events and was clearly better than Svechnikov in both of them. But while it's easy to see those events and immediately put the Czech ahead of the Russian in our draft rankings, we got to take it with a grain of salt. The World Junior Championship is really short, with 4 to 7 games played, and the Top Prospect game is obviously even shorter, with only 12 to 20 minutes of playtime for each prospect. We can't judge a prospect with just a few games. Every hockey player has bad games and good ones, and we shouldn't justify putting one player ahead of another with these two events. That's why today I'm going to compare every aspect of Zadina and Svechnikov game to help us determine who is the best prospect. I divide it in 9 categories: skating, shooting, passing, puck handling, defensive game, physicality, hockey IQ, temperament, and other, in which we will discuss other little aspects. Let's start by the first category, skating. These days, skating is one of, if not the most important aspect of the game. Players are faster and quicker than ever, and you really need speed to become an NHLer these days. Let's look at Svechnikov skating. Svechnikov has powerful stride that result in a great acceleration, but an even more impressive speed. He has incredible balance and puck control, which make him hard to contain for any defenseman. For a big guy, Svechnikov has surprisingly very quick feet, which help him to be very agile and catch his opponent off guard. In the Top Prospect game on-ice testing, Svechnikov finished first in wave agility and wave agility with puck, 2 tests that require agility and quick feet. He also finished 5th in overall skating testing. Skating is one of Svechnikov's best strengths and is already at NHL level. Zadina skating, on the other hand, is probably one of, if not the worst aspect of his game. Zadina has great lateral agility and can accelerate quickly, but is just not as fast as many other prospects. On the on-ice testing at the Top Prospect game, Zadina finished 31st in skating tests on 40 players. Just in the top prospect game, Zadina had difficulties to pass ball, one of the slowest defensemen. His speed is probably the only concerning issue in Zadina's game, but his agility compensates for his poor skating. But agility is just one aspect of skating. Svechnikov wins this one easily. Now let's look at both prospects' best strength, their shot. Zadina and Svechnikov are well-known elite snipers. Zadina currently has .85 goals per game in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League, while Svechnikov has 0.94 goals per game in the OHL. If we look where every goal came from for Zadina, we can see that a lot of his goals came from the circle. In the power play, he loves to wait for a pass at the circle to read the puck left side. But at 5v5, Zadina scored a lot of his goals on rushes. He entered the zone on the side, cut on the middle and shot at the net. Zadina is almost unstoppable in rushes. Many people see this and immediately give Zadina the best shot, but I'm not really convinced with it. Zadina has difficulties to score from elsewhere. Teams in the NHL could see this and block his rushes by giving him the board and blocking the slot. On the other hand, we can see that Svechnikov's goals came from literally everywhere. He scores wherever he is and in every situation. I think Svechnikov will score more goals in the NHL than Zadina, but that's not what we are evaluating. Just shot v shot, both prospects are really equal. Zadina has a bit more precision. But Svechnikov has more power. As much as I want to give it a tie, I need to give the edge to someone, and after a lot of thinking, I would give it to Zadina. The best goal scorer is Svechnikov, in my opinion, but Zadina has the more dangerous shot. Now, let's look at passing. Even though they are both snipers, passing is an important part of the game. Zadina has 0.65 pass per game, while Svechnikov has 0.58 pass per game. First, let's talk about Zadina. He loves to pass the puck to create offensive play. He usually passes the puck to an open teammate to get himself in a favorable position. He has a very good vision, but sometimes he tends to control the puck a bit too long to find a shooting line and forget to pass the puck. Svechnikov's pass and go at the neutral zone is way better than Zadina's. But on the offensive zone, Svechnikov likes to bring the puck to the net by himself. Still, he can surprise you with a quick and precise pass to his teammate without even looking. Both players are not known for their passing abilities, but are still good playmakers. I think Andrei Svechnikov's playmaking is the most underrated aspect of his game, and I will give a slight edge to him because of his overall passing ability. Now let's look at puck handling. Zadina has very quick hands and can easily protect the puck with his outstanding puck skills. He loves to make a dig to create an open space for himself to take a quick shot. Svechnikov doesn't use digs as often as Zadina, but he has an impressive puck control in traffic and along the wall. He also loves to flip the puck to himself to take a shot in traffic. Even though Svechnikov has good puck handling, this is not even a close battle. Zadina is the best puck handler of this draft and easily wins this category. Let's now talk about a forgotten category when talking about winger. Defensive game. Svechnikov uses long stride to backcheck defensively. He uses long reach to steal the puck from the opponent and can help his defenseman down low when needed. He is surprisingly effective on board battle and can be very physical. He covers a lot of ground and makes effective breakout pass. Zadina also loves to create turnover by stealing the puck from the opponent and blocking a pass, but he doesn't defend as well as Svechnikov. Svechnikov wins this category. Let's pass to physicality. Strength is a big part of the game if you want to enter the NHL as fast as possible. Both prospects have decent size, with Svechnikov at 6'2" and 188 pounds, and Zadina at 6 foot and 198 pounds. Svechnikov plays like a real power forward and is not afraid at all to drive the net or stand in the crease. He is very hard to contain and get easily past defensemen with his good strength and speed. Like I said before, he is also surprising along the board and win most of his battle. He could use a bit more muscle mass, but he already got an NHL frame. Zadina often come out of the board battle with the puck, but he normally likes to stay away from the greasy area to be more effective in his positioning. Zadina also got the NHL frame, but he just doesn't use it as effectively as Svechnikov. The Russian winger gets the win on this one. The base to every good player is their hockey IQ. Svechnikov can adapt to the other team's style of play. He understands when to bring physicality in his game and recognize when to play a safer type of game. He also knows when to use his fancy digs to exploit an open space. His maturity in his game is already through the roof and never really make mistakes or force plays that aren't there. Zadina reads the opponent defense with ease and is able to find the best possible play to make in each situation. Because Svechnikov is a bit more complete in this category, he gets the nod in this one. One of the most important categories scouts look at is temperament. Before I go into it, I've gone to warn you. I obviously never intern in both teams' dressing room, so I won't be able to give the best decision. Andrei Svechnikov is a quiet leader who leads by example. He puts intensity in every shift and never stops trying. Zadina is also very dynamic and always wants to improve. He wants to become a better team player and always wants to be part of the team. One story that impressed me is when Zadina got back from the World Junior Championship. The team practically forced him to take a break as he wanted to help the team to win. As the leader he is, he still wanted to help the team and decided to load and unload the bus. I feel like both Svechnikov and Zadina are both good teammates, but I like a bit more Zadina's personality and willingness to help the team. Like I said, this category is debatable as I did not speak to any of them. Now let's look at every other aspect of both wingers, their intensity, age, clutch, leg projection, and health. Intensity is a strength for both prospects, and it's tough to give the win to someone. It's a tie. Svechnikov is 5 months younger than Zadina, and while it might seem pointless to give an advantage to the Russian, 5 months actually makes a difference in a prospect game. Clutch is actually both prospect ability to impress in big events. I don't think we need to discuss this category. Zadina climbed the ranking because of the World Junior and top prospect game. One thing we got to consider is that the OHL is a better league than the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League. So Svechnikov 1.48 points per game is more impressive than Zadina 1.5 points per game. Both got hurt this season, but it's not considered a problem. What we can understand from this video is that Zadina is the more dynamic and offensive player, while Svechnikov is the more complete player. The Russian winger may have won more category than the Czech, but I really think we are splitting hair at this point. I've got Svechnikov ahead of Zadina, but at this point, scouts will have to go with their guts. Both prospects will become great NHLers. I wouldn't want to be the one GM who will have to decide between the two. As crazy as it seems, one of the two could become better than Dahlin. Now it's time for you to share your opinion. Vote in the poll above on which of Svechnikov or Zadina you will pick first, or let me know your opinion on both prospects in the comments. If you want to see other Svechnikov against Zadina debates, you can look at future consideration article or Hockey Prospect Center video. Both links will be in the description. Let me know which prospect you want me to cover next. You can also check my Veleno scouting report or my February draft rankings. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see more NHL draft videos. I'll see you for the next one.